8:30, we want to welcome to the program this morning our special guest, Aiden Quinn, the actor. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning. How are we?
We're doing good. We're doing good. Where in the
Good.
world are you this morning?
I am in upstate New York.
Upstate. Bet you it's beautiful this time of the year.
It is indeed. It's gorgeous. Beautiful weather.
Now,
Perfect.
is that home for you? Is that where you normally ground yourself?
Yes, we have a house up here, and particularly during the pandemic, we've been living up here full time. And I also have a little place closer to the city if I'm working in New York City.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. You seem like, speaking of work, a man that has continued to stay busy in your career. You've got some 40-plus feature films, Desperately Seeking Susan Stakeout, and a number of other things here on this side. And I say this side of the Atlantic. And you're over in Ireland, and you starred in a number of things over there. Has it been hard to stay busy all the time in your career?
It's the life of an actor. You're always looking for your next job, and I've been very, very fortunate that I've managed to stay pretty dang busy until this fecking pandemic, which was the most unemployed I'd been in my entire life, actually, since I was 7 years old and had paper routes.
Interesting.
But yeah, no, it's always it's always a challenge. I'm not 3-4 years booked out in a row like some of my friends, but I managed to work quite a bit recently, so that's good.
Well, we're here to talk about your role as Theodore Roosevelt in The American Guest, which is on HBO Max. And let me ask you this, because I mean, it's just the whole story, which was based on a true story of the president and his tour up through the Amazon region. How much of that was filmed in the Amazon? Any of it at all, or was it done elsewhere?
No, it was all in the Amazon. Believe me, it was very much in the Amazon, and I have the scars to prove it. It's a very, very difficult place to shoot, but we did the films, all the stuff outside in the Amazon jungles, and the sets were done in Sao Paulo. They built the sets in Sao Paulo, Sagamore Hill, and the presidency, and the West Wing, and the White House, and all that.
Well, what did the scars come from?
Well, no, I was being metaphoric.
Oh, okay,
I nearly stepped on a coral snake as I was getting out of my shower. The coral snake is one of the deadliest snakes in the world. Right inside my shower, and I nearly stepped on a jararaca, which is another highly deadly snake. But these were commonplace things. People were getting stung by scorpions, and there's a spider that can jump at you from 5 feet away that is very poisonous. We'd find these on the set on a daily basis.
Now, see, you just changed my whole train of thought. Because, as I look at the American Guest, I'm thinking, that'd be so cool to be able to explore in the Amazon region. And here, you as an actor, you at least got to be there. And I'm thinking, it'd be so magical and romantic. And you've kind of taken a little bit of my zest out of that.
Well, it is magical. It is amazing when you're on the river. But when you actually get in the jungle, it's very difficult because the canopy is so thick and everything is rotting and trying to bite or kill you. And it's a very difficult place to make a film. But when you're out on the river, it's so magical, it's beautiful, and it's great. As long as you're not in the rapids and you have boats overturning with actors in it, which we did.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you really I think you've got us all hooked right now. If we haven't watched The American Guest, talk about the storyline in this. And it is based on the true story of President Roosevelt.
Yes. Well, after his third attempt to be president, when the Republican Party decided not to give him the nomination, even though he had more votes than President Taft, he started his own party, and the Progressive Party, and he ran and split the Republican vote, lost, and that's how Wilson became president with less than 40% of the vote. This was a year later, and it was probably his last chance to be a boy, as he talks about in the series, where he was given an opportunity to explore the unmapped part of the Amazon, and they didn't know what was going to be down there. And so there was a group of Rondon, a brilliant Brazilian explorer, and an American contingent, including his son Kermit and a few naturalists that worked with Theodore. And it's about their journey and the differences in culture between the Brazilians and the Americans, and the conflicts and the murder that happened and the life that was lost and the things that it was. And then the series flashes back to his times in the White House with his battles with J.P. Morgan and social issues and trying to save the Grand Canyon and all this against industrialists and that. So it's quite a story.
I gotta imagine when you play in a role like this, that you learn a whole lot more than you probably were exposed to going into it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, and when you learn about Theodore Roosevelt, I mean, there's so many things that were shocking. I didn't even know he won the Nobel Peace Prize. That's not the image you have of Theodore Roosevelt. He stopped the Russian-Japanese war, got them all together and made them talk peace in 1905. I never knew that he was shot and did his speech after being shot and spoke for 90 minutes, and the most incredible speech. Um, and his last election thing. So he's an extraordinary man. They don't make him like that anymore.
Awesome. Well, Aiden, you've got a couple other projects. Well, one a week from today, I think it is. We're going to see you guest starring on Law and Order SVU.
Yes, yes. I had the great good pleasure of working with Mariska Hargitay for most of my scenes. All the cast is great on that show. And that was great fun and pretty intense scenes with Mariska. And that comes out, the 21st. And then I did a film with Liam Neeson where we play old friends that are at loggerheads together. And that comes out in February, called Blacklight.
Wow. So you are staying busy. You are staying busy.
Yes.
Now,
thank God.
Well, listen, it's a pleasure talking to you. We want to push everybody this direction. I don't think we have to push them. It's HBO Max. It's The American Guest. You got to see that series with Aiden Quinn in that. Have a wonderful fall there in the beautiful New York countryside there. And some point, if you ever make it out here to the Redwoods, stop by and we'll chit-chat here and enjoy this neck of the woods, all right?
Oh, I love the Redwoods. Please check out the show. I think you'll enjoy it.
Thank you. Bye-bye.